ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 bum. Hello, welcome to News at 10 past 10, and we are going to be looking at the news tonight as to what's been going on in the last week, including breaking news that's currently breaking as we're breaking the news tonight. It's more breaking news actually. I've just seen some more breaking news. There's breaking news everywhere. Good evening, Craig. Hello, Alan. Hope you're well. Oh, just changed my top and it was cold. So now I feel cold. It's one of these nylon-y ones and it's very clingy and very... But there you go. Actually, no, it's a suit. It's a proper suit. It doesn't do that at all. It's a proper suit. Hey, Daniel T, Alan and Craig. So, we're going to be looking at the week's news and then a bit of light relief at the end. To be fair, there's not a lot of light relief. There's not a lot of light relief this week. Mainly because I've not seen much that's made me smile or laugh or anything. So, it's going to be very short, that area. Danger Mouse, hello. Hope you're good as well. Oh, Dream Frequency. Apparently you can change your name in the settings or something, although no one's managed to do it yet. Not just coming up with at. What do I come up with? Let's have a look. Hello. Oh, sorry, caps. Sorry. Didn't mean to shout. I didn't want to get a top fan for talking. We'll see what Calderdale Top Cat's been up to this week before we progress. Anyway, I hope you've all been well. Hope you've all had a good week. I got absolutely soaked. You know, people say you get soaked to the skin. I got soaked to the bones yesterday. You have to pluralise the bones, otherwise people get the wrong idea. Absolutely drenched. I did some filming for a new video, and on the way back, the heavens opened. Oh, it was awful. Absolutely awful. So, anyway, we're sorted. We may be having another federal election this year. Oh, that's from Canada. It was like federal election. You spelled that wrong. It's general, but no, Canada. I thought Carney was alright. He was alright as the governor of the bank in England, anyway. Don't tell me Canadians want to join America and become the 51st state. You know we're doing that. That's our job. What's going on now? Oh, I've got a little dimple under my chin. Well, Calderdale Top Cat hasn't turned up yet, which is a bit unhappiness. So we'll go on with the news of the week. So this week's news, which started on Friday the 24th. Asylum seeker jailed last month for sex attack on a 14-year-old and sexual assault on a woman was released by accident. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it, Gov. I mean, it's good to watch The Conjuring last night, so ended up here instead. I was going to watch The Conjuring Last Rites, but ended up here instead. But don't worry. No, neither. Okay then. Don't worry, Dream. You can watch it because we're not going to be on for long tonight. At least not doing this anyway. Another asylum seeker is found guilty of murder of a woman. Now, people are saying, you're only concentrating on the asylum seekers. But as many people have pointed out, we do get murders, rapes, sexual assaults by, white English men. It does happen. But the problem you've got is it's the low percentage of these migrants, yet the crimes they commit seem to be equal or even more percentage-wise per population than everyone else. And that's what the issue is. Plaid Cymru beat Labour to third, with Reform in second in a by-election. People voted tactically, apparently. They voted Plaid Cymru, even though they didn't really want him in, because they didn't want Reform in. But Labour were very poor. It seems such a long time ago. This feels like it was like a month ago, not a week ago. The Met Police say 9,000 cases of grooming are to be reinvestigated. Now this is after Sadiq Khan had said there were no gangs that he knew of, no problems he knew of, repeatedly. Remember that clip of that when he's being questioned by that woman, and he keeps asking her, "Can you exactly tell me what you mean by gangs? Can you explain the question? Can you repeat the question?" I'm like, what is wrong with people voting for these people? It's just absolutely per capita. There you go. Yeah, thank you, Dream. Yeah, Dream. And yeah, now they're investigating over 9,000 previous complaints that have been not really followed up. Saturday the 25th, no sign of the missing convict. The Met Police take over and urge him to hand himself in. Yeah, right, that was going to happen, wasn't it? Although apparently he did try. Lucy Powell wins the Deputy Labour leadership campaign. Better of two evils, although they're all evil at the moment. Khan is awful. He must go along with Starmer. Yeah, Khan is dishonest. Politicians, isn't it? Fugitive arrested in North London Park and will be deported this week. That happened on Sunday. It was actually a member of the public, not the police, who found him. And told him, apparently, that they were going to ring the police and sat with him, talking to him until the police arrived. Two arrested in Paris over the Louvre burglary, which went really well. And they've admitted partly taking part in it. I mean, I don't quite understand how that works. If you are partly taking part in something, then are you taking part in something? Or have you not taken part in something? I don't understand the terminology that they are using. But they still haven't found the jewel rollers. Chancellor's hole gets bigger. In expenditure, that is. Some more tax rises. Remember they said they wouldn't raise national insurance, VAT. What was the other one? Not interest rates. Yeah. There were three of them anyway. Anyway, they're all going to go up probably. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. Can't wait. And the King gets heckled at Lichfield. How long did you know about Andrew? Get rid of Andrew. And all that kind of thing. And the King just like, carried on doing what he's doing. Tuesday, the 28th. Storm Melissa hits Jamaica. 180 mile an hour winds and 1 metre of rain in 24 hours. It's horrendous. I've seen some after effects of it, and it's not good at all. And it's not a rich country, Jamaica. Everyone's too laid back to build proper houses and things. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Oh, cloud. Looks like a penguin. What's a penguin? I don't know. We're in Jamaica. So yeah, but no, it's been absolutely horrendous. Thoughts with everyone caught up in that. Now, got a surprise now. I don't know how to break it to you. Israel started bombing Gaza again. Oh, I know. Who saw that coming? Vance says the ceasefire is holding though. Now, Israel blamed Hamas for shooting at and killing one of their troops. So they started bombing yet again Gaza, not what's left of Gaza, killing many, including children. A man aged 22, an Afghan, is arrested for murder and 2 injured, including a 14-year-old boy. This was in the UK. And I've seen the clip of the actual stabbing, and it is beyond horrific. Um, yeah, it it just beggars belief that anyone could do anything like that to another human being. Um, Now, this 22-year-old Afghan apparently came over on the back of a lorry, or in the back of a lorry, which is how they used to come over before the small boats. Um, but before they got all the radar, not the radar, the X-ray machines and all that kind of thing, so it made that more difficult. And he was granted asylum. And again, we're not sure exactly what went on, but apparently there was an argument between him and another man, possibly the other man who was injured, and the dog walker tried to calm things down and paid with his life. Absolutely horrendously horrible situation to be. Um, Anyway, he's from Afghan descent, and he is a legal migrant. He was given status to remain, but we will see how this one pans out. Governments say they are moving migrants out of hotels, hurrah, and not into houses of multiple occupancy, hurrah, hurrah, but into old army bases. Wasn't that what the Tories were going to do? And didn't Labour say that that was inhumane and blah de blah de blah de blah de blah? But my argument has always been, and you can go back as many of these as you want, and whenever I talk about migrants being in hotels, I don't have a problem with being in hotels. I have problems with them being allowed out of the hotels when we don't know who they are. So if they're in these army barracks, then hopefully they won't be allowed out of the army barracks, or the army barracks are in the middle of nowhere. But will that make them flee? So we lose them in the... Oh, I don't know. Best thing to do is just get rid of them all. No impulse control. Not the Starship Enterprise. Prunella Scales dies aged 93, famous for playing Basil Fawlty's wife in Fawlty Towers, one of the funniest TV shows ever. Basil? Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Basil? Fantastic. And I watched her a couple of times with her husband on the canal boats, things like that. It's the only thing I've ever really seen her in. But she always come across as a really nice lady. Sadly, suffering from Alzheimer's. And her husband died last year, and she couldn't comprehend what that meant because of her condition. And I just think that's possibly the cruelest irony of all this. They were married for 50 odd years, and she couldn't mourn him because she wasn't in the mental capacity to do that. It's a shame that they passed away the way they did. But anyway, if you want to look at it a certain way, if you're religious, whatever, you could think, well, at least they're reunited now. But yeah, I mean, Sybil and Basil from Fawlty Towers, it will live with people forever. I mean, you know, if you're going to leave the world one thing, then there's a lot worse you could do than that. No idea where this tickly throats come from, but anyway. It's crack on. Crack on. We're on programme. Sorry. Wednesday the 29th of October. Hurricane Melissa leaves Jamaica, decimated in places. It's the worst storm in modern history. The storm went off, although not as strong, to Cuba and Haiti, neither of which are rich countries either. And again, you fear for people in those areas, and hopefully a few lives have been lost as possible. Don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think we got away with it. £500, it turns out, was given to the migrants recaptured, who was then deported to Ethiopia. Now, they've said that it was a discretionary £500 given by one of the people who was taking him over there because he decided he was going to kick up a fuss and demand asylum again in the UK, which, how can you even do that when you're a convicted criminal? You should just go. But anyway, £500 gets rid of him, and it saves legal costs and keeping him here for longer, which costs a lot more. So I kind of see both sides of it. It's not ideal. It's worked for him though. Oh, Stato. Dad's Army is the best comedy of all time. Shots fired. Microsoft suffer an outage affecting millions of people around the world. This is only a week after Amazon had an outage as well. Lots of things were down, mainly American companies, which included Microsoft's Xbox and various other things, which was very unstable. Starmer, when asked again in question times, PMQs even, by Kimmy Badenoch, is the government going to raise... is the government going to keep to the pledge of not raising taxes, national insurance, income tax, the other one I forget. And she asked him this in May, and he just stood up and said yes, and sat down again. This time he deflected. He was going on about all different things. Oh, at least she's talking about the economy. Oh, at least this, at least that, at least the other. This government's got to go. They are not fit for purpose. Carl Jolly, Rising Damp. See, now Rising Damp for me was... I don't know, I was probably a bit too young for it at the time. So I didn't really get it. My mum and stepdad watched it a bit. But yeah, I don't think I got the humour particularly. And I've never really watched it back. I used to find Leonard Rossiter's character really annoying. Reginald Perry. No, that was a different TV show, wasn't it? So yeah. Anyway, let's crack on. We'll now look at the photo news because there's breaking news going on. So this is the photo news. So, an eternal flame destroyed by Martin Luther King Jr.'s Atlanta burial site. The eternal flame at Martin Luther King Jr.'s burial was vandalised early on Saturday. Authorities say a 26-year-old man urinated in the reflecting pool, stomped on the flame and caused significant damage. He has been arrested and faces charges including criminal damage, public indecency and obstruction. Overripe bananas generate an anti-cancer compound that fights malignant cells, apparently. Now, last week I saw something saying do not eat overripe bananas. They're bad for you. I mean, absolute nonsense, whatever it is. During flights, Michael Jackson had his wine served to him in Diet Coke cans because he didn't want the kids to see him drinking alcohol. Oh. I'm not going down that road. This was the most insane stage of the pandemic, which was a few years ago. And it is a baby being christened by the use of a water pistol from 2 meters away. So how did you get christened? Oh yeah, a priest shot me with a water pistol. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Going back to our sex attack migrant, apparently, allegedly, returned to prison 5 times after being accidentally freed. Whether he did or not, we don't know, we'll never know. Leave that right there, Mr. Jackson. I did leave it right there. 25 years ago, nearly 5 million Lego pieces fell into the sea when a massive wave hit a cargo ship and knocked 62 storage containers overboard. The Lego bricks have been washed up on beaches around the world ever since. So 25 years ago, and the pieces are still being washed up. That's unbelievable. And around the world as well. 8-year-old boy lets Black Widow spider bite him because he wanted to be Spider-Man. In Bolivia, an 8-year-old boy once let a Black Widow spider bite him, hoping it would turn him into Spider-Man, just like his hero on the big screen. Convinced the bite would give him superpowers, he found the spider, placed it on his hand and waited. Minutes later, the pain set in. He was rushed to a hospital where doctors quickly identified the venom and treated him with anti-venom. It's an AI picture that's not the actual child, because that would be a bit weird. Well, AI is weird as well, isn't it? It's popping up everywhere. Have you noticed? All these videos of children playing on a porch in America and then getting saved by the delete where applicable dog, cat, bird from delete where applicable, alligator, bear, cougar, rabid dog, man, woman, all AI generated. Absolute nonsense at the moment. It's just doing my nutting. Night shift ain't too bad once you get used to it, says Tyler, aged 27. There's a picture there of Tyler. I did night shift for 2 years at Asda in Wigan, and yeah, it took me 3 years to get my sleep pattern back after I'd left. So much it messes you up. Talking of which, bedtime procrastination is the psychological phenomena in which a person stays up too late to feel like they've had some times to themselves. That's what I do. I stay up late. I used to stay up till 2 o'clock, but I'm getting older now, so I can only stay up till 1 o'clock, unless I'm playing Battlefield 6. Alan, I did 23 years nights. Oh, that explains a lot. Joking. Happy birthday to Kelly Osbourne, who is 41 today. And there's a picture there of Kelly Osbourne. It's not Kelly Osbourne. But I must admit I was surprised when I saw Kelly Osbourne at the funeral of her father, Ozzy Osbourne, because she was like a middle-aged woman. And the last time I saw her, she was this 20-something-year-old rock rebel. But no, it's not Molly Sugden, which is what the picture is. That's not Kelly. Halloween is really upsetting for witches as it mocks their tortured past. Lilith Wildwood. I mean, come on. A modern-day British witch who claims she has communicated with Freddie Mercury and Marilyn Monroe from beyond the grave. Claims that the spooky season is awful. That was Mrs. Slocum, who was always moaning about her pussy getting wet because it rained when it was outside. King Charles, there he is, confronted by furious protesters demanding answers on Prince Andrew. No longer called Prince Andrew, but that's breaking news, we haven't got there yet. Vince the Sign Guy. I challenged death to a pillow fight, but I wasn't ready for the repercussions. The repercussions. That's actually very clever. And talking of photoshopping, haters are going to say this is photoshopped, and there's a cat there that's biting a shark in the ocean on its, what would be its neck, but just behind its jawline, and the shark is coming out of the water with its mouth open in pain. So a genuine picture there, and nothing to do with anything that I was talking about before about the news and you know, photoshopped and AI shite that's appearing everywhere. So breaking news, and this is major breaking news. Where are we? Keir Starmer shuts down leadership challenge rumours as PM says he wants a decade in power. I want to win the lottery, it's not going to happen. Prince Andrew to be stripped of his titles. Now this is breaking news. Prince Andrew is to be stripped of all his titles and moved out of Royal Lodge, which is the 30-roomed mansion that he's been living in rent-free. I say rent-free, as we said last week, he spent £7 million on it when he moved in. Where he got £7 million from, I don't know. Epstein, sorry. Prince Andrew is to be stripped of his royal titles and move out of his home at Royal Lodge in Windsor Buckingham Palace as announced. King Charles has initiated a formal process to remove the style, titles and honours of Prince Andrew, who will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the palace has said. It's understood the King had the support of the Prince of Wales in the decision, and Andrew did not object to the process. The decision follows anxiety with the royal household about the reputational risk to the monarchy caused by continual headlines concerning Andrew's friendship with the late child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and allegations of sexual assault against him by one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre. So yeah, I think it's justice been done. Well, no, because if it was me or you, we'd be in prison, wouldn't we? But I think as much justice is going to be done has been done. It's been a building site for months, but now one of Greater Manchester town centre is coming to life. It's not Wigan, it's Ashton-under-Lyne, which is my old stomping ground when I was a kid. And they've been remodelling the market, the outside market at the front, and finally, after quite a long time of nothing happening, the workmen have got back. Birmingham City Council was probably never bankrupt, says accountancy expert. What's this? New government rule will affect every home without a driveway. Oh dear. Rachel Reeve has proven me right about Labour again, says someone in the Metro. What, they're the shit? Well, we all knew that. Police told to call 999 if they see a girl. People told to call 999. The embarrassing saga of Rachel Reeve's housing scandal. Now this has been another interesting story that's been going on this week. When Downing Street published an exchange of letters between Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves on Wednesday night, things looked bad for the Chancellor. Letters usually exchanged between Prime Minister and members of the Cabinet when they resign after a scandal. In this case, the Prime Minister wrote to confirm that Miss Reeves would stay in a job, even though she admitted breaking housing rules by not applying for a licence to allow her to rent out a family home in South London. Now, it seems in certain parts of the country, if you rent out a property, you have to have a licence, but not all parts of the country. So she's saying that she wasn't informed by the people who were doing the letting agency and all that she needed to have a licence. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. She wrote in her letter, regrettably, we were not aware that a licence were necessary, and so we did not obtain the licence before letting the property out. £3,000 a month. The next morning, the Conservatives ratcheted up the pressure on Sir Keir Starmer to sack his Chancellor, while Priti Patel, the Shadow Foreign Secretary, called on Southwark Council to take Miss Reeves to court. Anyway, it's moved on a little bit now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Don't hold your breath. You don't hold your breath, do you? Please don't open your breath. The letting agency have now apologised in rental rules breach twist. So they've admitted that they didn't tell her. Man dies after helicopter crashes in a field in South Yorkshire. At least 34 dead in the Bahamas after Hurricane Melissa. Moment after pickpocket is tackled by martial arts champion on the tube. Whoops. William Kate win a privacy case against a French magazine over family holiday photos. I think if it's just pictures of them, they're not going to win, but if it's pictures of the kids, then obviously that is, well, it's illegal anyway, isn't it? Even if it was kids who you didn't know who it was. Crystal Palace get unfortunate punishment after hammering Liverpool in Carabao Cup. Jenson Button farewell to the only F1 driver ever to truly beat Lewis Hamilton. Oh yeah, they weren't in the same team, were they? Were they in the same team? Did he? I don't know. Coronation Street is turning into Shameless. That's not a headline. I just noticed that there's two characters that have joined Coronation Street who are out of Shameless, when there's already about 3 or 4 that are already out of Shameless that are in it anyway. And I much prefer Shameless, to be fair. Netherlands could have youngest ever Prime Minister after tight election race. King oversees removal of bronze statue from Kew Gardens. What? King has overseen the removal of a huge bronze statue in Kew Gardens where it stood for more than 60 years. Elizabeth II gave the statue of Hercules and Archelaus to Kew in 1963. Since then, it's been a highlight for visitors. Last week, the statue was removed in order to be reinstalled at Windsor Castle, its original home. The collection trust which owns the statue, Buckingham Palace and Kew, each declined to comment on the reports that the move was made on the King's personal request. The 10-foot bronze was cast by Charles Crozier using recycled cannon at the request of George IV, who purchased it for £1,260 in 1829. So that would be a lot of money. It originally stood on the North Terrace at Windsor Castle before being moved to the centre of the East Terrace Garden Pond in 1909. So yeah, I thought he'd moved it because it was one of these statues about people who we no longer have to be proud about being British. Westminster is asking how long Rachel Reeves has left. How many lives do these people have? They're like cats, aren't they? Oh, and then the next picture I look at, do you know what a Salmayak cat is? It's a new cat colour. Deported migrants caught trying to return to Britain after France fails to house them. Andrew could face a private prosecution brought by anti-monarchy group. Hang on a minute, if Prince Andrew's had all his lifestyle and trippings and everything taken away, does that make him civilian? So does that mean he could face trial in America? Oh, this is a can of worms, isn't it? I like the sound of that one, to be fair. There's new road markings that look really weird somewhere. Tesco makes major change at checkouts as shoppers left divided. Putting carry bags up to 40p each. People nick them. Blatantly nick them. And I'm like, that's shoplifting, that's theft. It doesn't matter whether it's 40p, 30p, 10p. You're a shoplifter. If you nick a carrier bag, you're a shoplifter. What I do is, I have my car boot full of carrier bags. And now, every time I go into the shop, whichever shop I go into, I take a carrier bag from a different supermarket. Just to prove the point that it can be done. If I can do it, anyone can do it. It's a very old picture as well, because it's been a long time since I've seen checkouts like that in Tesco. Anyway, Andrew losing titles will hurt him. Oh. Ex-burglar reveals one clue that tells thieves your home is an easy target. Yeah, cameras. And one of them signs that says, don't come here, no cold callers. They're a giveaway. We got taught that when I did door-to-door salesmanship. One thing to look out for are those signs that say, no cold callers, no appointment, don't knock, all that kind of thing. Because someone knocked on the door and sold them that sticker. So they're gullible. They're the people you need to go for. I never did, but that was what we were told. Princess Eugene and Beatrice's royal fate revealed as Andrew leaves Royal Lodge. Well, they're innocent parties, aren't they? So I don't understand what the problem would be with that. What would Reform's UK welfare plan mean for you? The one-trick pony reform, and it does worry me slightly. Keir Starmer paid to keep personalised necklace given by Donald Trump. What? I don't understand what that means. Scientists discover and explain why cats prefer to sleep on their left side. Well, it's like humans. If you have a big meal and then I always sleep on my side. If you have a big meal and then you go to bed, I always sleep on my left side because the way your stomach is, it lies better internally. It doesn't feel as uncomfortable. If you lie on your right side, it kind of lies heavy. But if you lie on your left side, so maybe they've got stomachs like us. I don't know. Oh, the spaceship is supposed to be coming as well. Right, I missed loads of talk. Just been a Doctor Who chat. Yeah, back in 2026, Christmas apparently. Does Starmer actually believe this crap he comes out? He's mental. Yeah. Does that mean he can face legal charges? I didn't see you write that. So did I come up with that before you did, or did you come up with that before I did? But I didn't read it. They have AI season 13 of the Doctor Who Blu-ray collection. Straightened Tom Baker's teeth, and the actors in the film scenes look plastic. Oh, there's Doctor Who returning on Christmas Day. I thought ignorance was no defence. No. He'll move to the Middle East. Yeah, probably. At least you have carrier bags. They've been banned in Canada. Bag for life only. Do you mean as in a proper bag? As in not just a bag, but a more robust bag than a carrier bag? Because I got them as well. But our carrier bags are called bags for life. I've had a few replaced, to be fair, in different shops. Because they've split, the handles come off or whatever, but I've used them for a long while. But no, theft is theft, regardless of the value of the item that is thefted, in my opinion. I don't know. Oh, cloth bags. All right, okay. Well, I'm old enough to remember when everyone had a shopping bag, a proper shopping bag, rather than using carrier bags. Or they used boxes. When I worked at Lipton's, which was my first job, and all the cans of baked beans or whatever come in boxes of 12, no, 24. And they were stacked too high in the box. So the boxes, we were told not to do anything with them other than put them near the window of the shop, and then people would pick them up, put the stuff they bought in the boxes, and then take the boxes away. Spent a tenner on a bag for life. There's also theft by finding. Come on, Stato, you need to explain yourself on that one. What's going on over here? Oh, there we are. Does it pack itself? Danger. and it's got wheels on it and it walks home. Well, it doesn't walk home. That'd be weird. That'd be weird. That'd be very weird. Oh wow, we've gone quite a long way back. Does it get replaced though? That's the big question. Anyway, that is it. What's going on my phone? My phone was bleeping there. Nope, nothing. What's going on my phone? I don't know what's what's going on my phone. My phone's playing up. Like Costco, because you refused reuse boxes and give them out to you. I'm so old. Don't worry about it, mate. I'm getting older. It's my birthday next week. Is it next week? Yeah. No. Week after. So, yeah. Don't worry. Anyway, that is it for this show. Big shout out to Alan, number 1 with 75 XP. Craig, number 2 with 75 XP. Drew Frequency, Danger Mouse, number 3 with 75. Stato, 75 in number 4. DT, 75 in 5th place. Carl Jolly has got 50 XP, and Sean J has got 25 XP. You've all done very well. All done, everyone. Oh, I'm talking like Gromit. Or is it Wallace? No, it's Wallace, isn't it? Because Gromit doesn't suck. So yeah, that is it. Still trying to figure out how to do these shows from now on. But we'll leave it there. Been on for 40 minutes, which is long enough for a podcast. So big shout out to everyone who's been on. I think we've already mentioned them, but we'll go again. Craig, Alan, DT, Drew Frequency, me. I was on. Why not? Why wouldn't I be on? Carl, dum-de-dum-de-dum, Sean, dum-de-dum-de-dum. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. Be back again next week with another news broadcast. Hopefully we find some more stuff that's interesting and funny, because it's been very, very slow on the old. I look every day for stuff that makes me laugh, and this week it's just not had any funny stuff. We need the funny stuff to kind of go off the crap stuff that's going on. But yeah. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. I will be seeing you. Until then, bye.